Deciding on which physical therapy school is right for you and learning the secrets for increasing your chances of being one of the lucky few who get accepted are extremely important.
Pretty much most programs now are doctorate programs, so that means that you're going to have a longer time to go to. There might still be a few programs that still are master's programs, but pretty much all the schools have turned into doctorate programs. In the state of Louisiana, there's two schools, one in Shreveport and one in New Orleans. A long time ago, you used to do one application, you get accepted to PT school, and then they would split you into Shreveport and New Orleans. But now they make you apply to each school. So you may get accepted to both schools, might get accepted to one school, or might not get accepted to either one.
And are both of those doctorate, or are they?
They're both doctorate programs, yes. So it means you have to get your master's first, or at least applying or approaching your master's before you can apply to physical therapy school.
How do you decide personally on a physical therapy? Like, what school is right for you? Like, if you want to go in-state, or if you want to go out-of-state, or?
Well, for me, I always went in-state. I've never really even checked into some of the out-of-state schools, or even now you have the option of out-of-country.
Right.
There are some schools in other parts of the world that you can apply to as well. For me, I really couldn't answer that question because, back then, really the only schools I considered was here in-state, and then I think in Galveston, which probably was the next closest school,
Yeah.
which is part of the University of Texas Medical Branch, which I'm not even sure if they have anymore because of the hurricane they had a few years ago. So to tell you the truth, what makes the difference, I know anytime you go to an out-of-state school, you have to pay out-of-state tuition, so it's usually more expensive, and then of course you have those added expenses of moving out of state.
Right. What are some things coming out of college that most people may not know that you have to do to get into physical therapy school that they look for?
Right. I always tell people what the school looks for. They're looking for a totally well-rounded person. Of course, you have to have the appropriate grades to be able to get into school, but they're also looking for somebody that's involved in different type of organizations or functions, organizations. They want somebody that's going to be smart to be able to go through all the coursework, but they also want somebody that's socially active that can handle, dealing with doctors, dealing with patients, dealing with nurses, because you do have to deal with a lot of different people. So they don't want you to be totally book smart and not be able to have any interpersonal skills, but they also don't want you to be this social butterfly that's involved in every group, but you don't have the brains to make it through school.
Any other advice you might be willing to give?
Usually, people are really worried about physical therapy school. They're afraid that even once they get in there, that they're, do I have the chops to make it in physical therapy school? But because the profession is in such a big demand, that usually when you get into physical therapy school, they try and take care of you. They try and help you out. They don't want you to flunk out of physical therapy school because they know they've invested a lot of time into selecting you, and then B, trying to educate you. So once you get into physical therapy school, they usually try and take care of you and help you. If they see you kind of struggling with a certain subject or whatever, they'll try and help you, because like I said, the last thing they want is either somebody that's going to flunk out of school and not finish physical therapy school, because they only accept, I don't know, maybe 64 or 68 a year. I forget how much they accept. So they don't want to lose that spot. And the second worst thing that can happen is somebody that go through all the school and then say, well, physical therapy is not for me, I don't like physical therapy, I'm going to go do something else. So once again, they don't want to waste that spot that they accepted you into.
Yeah. Hopefully now you know a few more tips to help yourself get accepted into the physical therapy school of your choice and choosing the school that's right for you.